name is Shad Blanton. This is Breaking RoCo. See, we need to go and do more antique stores. When I was younger, I was born, I had polyps on my vocal cords, so I spoke real raspy. But like literally trying to pinpoint to like close to a baby I could think of, bro. I couldn't have been but like maybe 3 type deal, something like that. I remember my dad got me like a Batman toy because I like went into the hospital to like check on if I should get surgery or not. And they decided that it was a possibility that it could fix me type deal, but it was a possibility that I couldn't talk again. So the highest odds was to see if puberty fixed it, and it did. But that's my earliest childhood memory, like my dad gave me that Batman toy, bro. I think I still got it in storage. I remember my dad just watching sports all the time. But me personally, I got a Cowboys uniform for Christmas, and my sister was a cheerleader for Varsity Cavaliers. So I used to put on my uni, you know, pop out to the games on Saturday. So. And then I remember my next memory of sports. I remember I started playing when I was like 6-ish. I wasn't that good, I ain't gonna cap to you. Growing up in Rutherford County, I say it'll be different, man. It's just a whole nother type of place. You're gonna have many different experiences. It's easy to get trapped here, I would say, but it's possible to be here, you know, set small attainable goals and, you know, continue your journey outside of here or even inside of here. You know, you can be prosperous, but Rutherford County is different, you know, I would say. Role models, man, my role models. I mean, I didn't look up to many people, and I didn't really idolize too many figures. I liked MJs, everyone. Yeah, I like players like that and, you know, athletes, but I looked up to my dad because he was loved by so many people, and like, he didn't take no bullshit either still, you know? And that was a role model to me because I never met someone so genuine and real. Like, you know, keeping it 100 is very rare. I never had nobody other than him keep it 100. You know, I had people come close, you know, 99, 98, 90, a lot, you know, below. But I would say my dad's my role model because I never seen him try to get over. I never seen him look down upon, you know what I'm saying? And no matter if you was a millionaire, if you had $1 in your pocket, you showed the same respect and love, you know, so that would be my role model for sure. Man, everything, bro. Coaching, earliest memories. I remember he coached me in T-ball, you know, pee-wee football, basketball, like, and he was a busy guy. You know, he was into a lot of different trades and, you know, battles, you know, a lot of trauma he was fighting as well. So as I got older, that helped us grow closer. And at one point when I was a kid, like, I always loved him, but it was a point that I was scared of him. Because I was just, you know, young and like learning certain things, and, you know, things change, you know what I'm saying? And he was always in my life, but you know how the family situation happened when it's not, you know, a solid foundation all the way up and through. So, but that helped us get closer, honestly. I found out a lot that, you know, nobody else in the world will ever know about, you know, childhood, growing up, how to do certain things, how to continue, you know, so. That's just my best friend all around, bro. Like I always tell people, him and Dashay, like I never met nobody that solid, that 100, but if you cross them, you know, they still gonna check you. And that's what you need. You need somebody that's gonna love you, respect you, but also, you know, come correct when need be. So. Man, so growing up, you know, all through life, bro, to teenage years and even so on, bro, I didn't eat fruit. I never ate fruit that much, maybe, no exaggeration, bro, maybe 15 times a year. That sounds crazy to think about me now, which y'all see me posting and stuff now, but what got me on the health journey was my dad passed in 2021, and I went plant-based right after, bro. So I stopped consuming meat protein, stopped consuming dairy, no sodas, like, and I was always ice cream. You know, I had kidney stones before I was 12, bro. I've had 3 kidney stones, like through calcium for ice cream, dehydration, sodas. That was my only like terrible habits, you know. But I would say, yeah, him transitioning, and that just sparked something in me. Like, I ran into Yakai Awakening, whatever people want to pronounce it. And you know, actually Dr. Sebi first. Let me pay respects. I ran into Dr. Sebi on YouTube or Facebook or something and started looking into how he was curing things. And I always wished that I could, you know, I was with my dad in those, you know, those cancer centers, those surgeries, and I was always wondering what's these chemicals and these things they're putting in his body. And then they come to find out there's these other things that you can ingest that can actually heal you and not treat you. And that's what put me on this journey now. And it's been a battle. It's been a roller coaster, bro. It's been up and down. I started back eating meat protein before I had went to Salvador for that little, you know, minute. And I haven't really been consistently plant-based since. And I'm trying to, that's a goal of mine this year, to get strictly back, you know, all plants, no animals. So yeah, losing him, bro, and just finding out that, you know, our kitchen is our hospital, is our doctors, like, and then once I transitioned, I only needed 5-6 hours of sleep a night and I was in full go mode the next day. It's like, why was I not taught this sooner? Why have I not been eating electric already? So it's a journey. I'm willing to learn. I'm gonna keep learning, and you know, why does this always go back? It seems like a lot of stuff go back to my pops, bro. Like, so I always like play sports, and like I was better in football honestly as a kid than basketball, and probably better at baseball than all those. But when I was 14, you know, rising freshman, and my dad got sick. That's who I live with, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of time he was in the hospital for like weeks and months at a time. So all through childhood, I was at my grandma's a lot while they was working or whatever they was doing. So that's where I was at. And I was obsessed with like Austin Rivers. My dog is Rob Gray. He was climbing the ladders at that time playing for Christ School. Like I remember seeing him almost dunk on Quincy Miller, and I was like, what the, like, and he's at Christ School now where Pop and Mikey is, you know? So like, just seeing those guys going outside, working on different moves and combos, Kyrie, Steph being born later, you know, it turned into my therapy. Like being at my grandma's literally that whole summer, like watching moves, watching highlights, going outside, trying to mimic them. I got better and better. And I didn't know I was going to transition to like have an opportunity. But, you know, rising the ranks, like, you know, freshman year, sophomore year was okay. But I was getting better and better. I was shooting better. I still hadn't grew yet. That's all I was waiting on. And junior year, I started playing with the 4 City Heat. And Howard was my coach. And Howard kind of gave me the green light. Actually, that was my sophomore year, I want to say. Sophomore, rising junior. And he gave me the green light, and it instilled a different type of confidence in me. And I always felt like I was good, but like college just seemed so far-fetched. Like, you know, me, college, basketball, like, sounds good, it's a dream, but like, is it possible, you know? So people start talking, I start getting a little bit of interest, you know, here and there on some light stuff, and it's like, it became my therapy, and then it's like, I can't see myself not doing this. I didn't want to play football no more. Started playing soccer to freaking conditioning, but like I said, basketball became my therapy, and that's when I decided, like, I want to do this. And then as I got interest, I decided, like, shit, I got a chance around, like, 16, 17. And, you know, I ended up getting picked up by Coach Elite Lasanos. He was at St. Ignatius Prep at the time. We actually played in this gym. Bro. I went to prom. I woke up the next morning, missed the first game. Rock Ross, Larry Ross' son, rest in peace, Larry Ross, called me, woke me up. I was like, man, I'm a hoop. If you know me, you call me when I'm a teenager. Like, even now, I'll probably show up and hoop. Called me, showed up to the gym. We was playing the Spartanburg Spartans. It was a prep school team called St. Ignatius at the time, 19U. We played them. You know, I chatted to one of the players on the team. He's from a local county, and exchanged information. Started playing with them like the next week in DMV. Played the rest of my AAU life pretty much free. And that 19U team grew into my team the next couple years to come. And after jumping and making that transition, I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. So, and that happened in this gym. I didn't even think about that when we was coming here. Like, bro, that game was in here, bro. Free Ross, man. Rest in peace, Larry, bro. So Bournemouth started reaching out to me around like 2019-ish. Well, actually, it was an agent. It wasn't specifically Bournemouth, but an agent out there in UK reached out to me on, I don't know, some type of social platform. Somebody had sent them my info. He saw me on socials then, and we got in contact. Touchy. At the time, I was a good bit lost. You know, I lost Sheik right after high school, and first few years of college was just a blur for me. And he was like, you know, I got some opportunities for you, some people interested, but you got to get a degree. You get a 4-year, you come here, we get your master's, we introduce you to a network, you know, and you get an opportunity. So 6 months pass, I get expelled, all my classes get dropped. Right before that, I get into an accident. I almost killed myself and someone else, man, and it set my life on a whole nother coaster. You know, I was already on one from, you know, I don't want to have no excuse, but I'm just giving you guys reality to my emotion, but losing Dashe and then not knowing how to deal with it, you know, things just occurring, not dealing with traumas properly, just led to this and led to that, you know. So they reached out then. After I got expelled, we talked, and the agent was just like, you're not focused. I can't help you if you can't help yourself. And I was arrogant at the time. You know, I was doing other things, making money. It's like, all right, you know, cool, I ain't tripping, it's cool. So went back home, COVID happened. So everybody's at home in COVID. You know, a lot of things happen. A lot of young kids getting in trouble, you know, a lot of new way of life that we're learning to live. And I get shot, actually. I got shot through my foot, grazed my hip bone, grazed my elbow. Well, chipped my hip bone, grazed my elbow. And I got accepted into Brevard like 2 days later. I honestly forgot I even applied. So got accepted into Brevard, got a little scholarship from my previous associates. I graduated Montreat early because I had the credits for it and I knew I couldn't continue. So coach reached out to me. Just a few months later, I started school that August. He reached out by Christmas, the agent did. He's like, what are you up to now? You know, I might have something else for you, how you doing? And I'm like, man, I just got shot, you know, a few months ago. And I could tell how disappointed he was, but he was like, you know, get your shit together. Pretty much, get your shit together and make it happen if you want to. So the next year, I would say next 8 months, I lost my father in February 13th, and I graduated in May, and I got my 4-year, got my degree. So he saw I graduated, he reached out to me, we had a conversation, and he's like, I graduated with honors as well. You know, that was like just a blessing, like continuing, because I was about to just drop my classes in February. I only had 3 months left, but I didn't think I had it in me. But shout out to, you know, my exercise science program leader, blessing me, Ms. Hewitt. And, you know, the rest is history. They contacted me. We stayed in contact and got the visa sorted. The university offered me the situation. And I was picking between a few, but I saw Bournemouth was on the coast. And coach sent me that, you know, a couple locations, couple videos. I'm like, I want to be there. So I got the Bournemouth opportunity. So life in England, bro. I remember getting off the plane, bro, not knowing left from right, fam. Trying to find a train station. Find the train station, trying to read the map. Get on the first train, I'm going the opposite way, deeper into London. Right after I got off the Heathrow. Finally get rerouted, headed to Bournemouth. And Bournemouth is a 2-hour train ride. 2-hour train ride or like a 2-hour bus ride, your pick. But I didn't know nothing. I got this heavy suitcase. I'm dragging around these train stations and another big old bag. Like, just moved across country fresh, like, you know. So right off gate is different, you know. You got to learn off gate how to travel differently now. I'm not used to this. I'm used to getting on my car, getting on my bike, going where I want to go. So instantly life changed right then. But I see so many different people instantly. Like, I'm from a small town. It's a lot of black people, a lot of white people. Like, you see a lot of more Hispanics now and a couple Asians here and there, but a lot of black, a lot of white. I get off there, Africans, you know what I'm saying, Indians. You know, I got friends from everywhere now. I got Indian friends, Saudi Arabian friends, you know, every type of African you could think of. You know, British friends. One of my best friends now is British. You know, shout out to Blakes. You know, Kane, like an uncle to me, he's Jamaican. Jason, Caribbean, like. So life there was different. Food's different. Actually seeing real structures and sites from like 1700s and stuff was just mad different to me. Made me think deeper to my history. And bro, this week I got my ancestry results back, bro. I see why I felt so at home at times in England, bro. I got 40% roots in England and Northern Europe. So it's like, obviously my mom's side, but I don't have any touch with that side of our family here in America, really, except for a couple of my cousins, you know. You know how the segregation, slavery, XYZ, American stuff goes, you know, so. But I always feel at home in different places, whether I was in, you know, Africa, Asia, like you connect with people, you know, so. Completely different, accessible to the world, everything's so accessible and cheap. You get there, you can fly to, you know, different parts of the world for $30. I can go to France for $30. I can down Amsterdam, like Spain, like all these places I could travel to round trip under $100 or like 110 pounds, probably something like that. So it's a great experience, able to see the world, learn from different people, learn about different religions, spiritual aspects, and, you know, also get my master's, man. So it was great, you know, different, challenging. Of course, I struggled there, went through hard times, you know, won a championship there first year, second year lost in the semis. So, you know, a lot of ups and downs, but all love and experience. You know, I wouldn't change it, you know, it saved my life. Basketball season's all through the fall and it's ended, so everything's changing for me right now, but I'm up to a lot, man. I'm trying to stay active. Just finished my tech degree, graduated in November with my, you know, IT master's, so got a couple more certifications to get before I enter that field, but definitely headed for that. Still on my health journey, you know, selling holistic products, you know, helping one of my partners market. Shout out to Karen and Earthly Dressings, you know, Concord, North Carolina. She shows a lot of love and trying to help me put my community on, you know, what I believe in, and that's healing, health, nutrition, wellness, you know, fitness, positivity. I'm a life insurance broker as well. Recently cut my contract with my previous company to look into remote situations with other opportunities that's available right now, but I'm about being joyful in life, you know, so I'm still trying to decide if, it's a lot of money in it, you know, I'm really decent at it, can really be great at it, but I want to fulfill my purpose to the fullest. And right now I'm kind of, you know, I'm doing holistics, I'm doing the training, I'm into some search, still researching as well, but I'm trying to find what I really, you know, want to do and where I really want to be, so. But I'm still on this journey. That's where I'm at right now, trying to figure it out, and ain't stop until I do. My name is Shad Blanton. This is Breaking RoCo.